what's very important factor to be a good salesperson, I've always found the answer to be empathy.
True.
Empathy is something which is most underrated with a salesperson. It's very important that you understand what the buyer wants and empathize with him in terms of what his needs are, wants are. When it comes to artificial intelligence, of course, we train these models and they're deployed, they talk to customers. How much do you think they can actually empathize with the home buyers while on a call, connect with them to understand about their family structure or children and their financial constraints and other things, like how a good salesman or a human would do? How much do you think that it'll get to empathizing with them? Is it already there or is it going to get there?
No, I definitely think it's not already there. But I won't say it won't ever get there. Maybe we are very close to it getting there. I think empathy is something that we feel can't be broken down into like steps and then replicated. But that is what we felt about like a lot of things, like image recognition, right? We felt like a computer would never be able to differentiate between a dog and cat, because how much can you teach a computer? How much can you code? But it's all changed with ML, and it'll be wrong to say that AI can never learn empathy. Maybe it's a question that does AI actually feel empathy or not? But it can definitely replicate. It can make it appear that it's empathizing. But coming back to this, you've been sort of deploying AdUnity with a lot of clients already. I wanted to know, how has it been for you, right? Coming from services to tech, how are you looking at deployment? Is it like how normal SaaS is getting deployed? Is there a lot of demands from the clients, a lot of customizations happening? What is it looking like? Yeah.
See, of course, as a company, from marketing perspective, we are a full services marketing company, both offline, online. We are, of course, very proficient in performance. That's been our bread and butter for 15 years. And now that we've gotten into AI product deployment for pre-sales and sales, people are already used to legacy systems.
Okay.
To address the elephant in the room, most of the systems that are built today are built around reports. Because there are hierarchies, there are people that you report to, there are meetings that you take. So because I'm a marketing company and I'm part of these meetings, I see most of these CRMs or systems are attuned or developed so that a kind of person in the marketing team or in the pre-sales team can generate these reports and present it to their management to convince their management that they're doing a great job, which might be true. But it is more of, it is more meeting driven in the sense that, okay, I have put in so much money and we've done so much work.
Yeah.
And these are things that have worked, and largely these are things that have not worked. And I'm just showing this to you so that things are on record, right? So this has kind of been a very structural pattern. So, you are in meetings, presentations after presentations, reports after reports. I'm not saying they're wrong or bad in any way. They are facts. So I can't deny facts. But what's missing there is, see, in real estate specifically, right? You're talking about just the numbers. If you're generating about 100 leads, about anywhere from 2 to 5 people are probably going to buy your product, right? So it's a very small percentage, right? And what you're addressing in your meetings is how these 98 people did not buy your home. Which means your entire effort is focusing on the unqualified and the people who are not buying, whereas actually your effort has to go into those 20 to 30% people who have qualified into your bracket and those 2 people who are going to buy, right? Now, this shift has already happened with AdUnity. For me, with semantics, for example, you're able to literally kind of understand word by word how the conversation went, be it a human being or AI voice, and decipher these calls. And you're able to focus on your top calls and you're able to focus on who's actually going to buy rather than actually repeatedly calling people who might not buy, right?
Yeah.
So that shift has to, I'm again bringing in culturally has to happen, where the focus has to be on qualitative dynamics rather than qualitative mechanics, where you kind of, okay, end up calling thousands of people and you're just doing your job and it's like, it's in the motion, right? That's when I think ad unity makes a difference, where, you might call hundreds of people, but finally you get to focus on the top calls, you get to focus on those few buyers and nurture those leads, understand their needs, bring them to the site, understand their pain points, and from your marketing to pre-sales to sales, be on the same page with that one customer. All you need is that one customer, right? So I think that's the change that ad unity brings in. But then it's also a cultural shift, right? So it's going to be that change happening. But the good fact about ad unity is you can continue using ad unity parallelly along with your legacy systems, so it doesn't affect your existing systems basically. But then the moment you want to shift over completely, you can shift over completely.
Understood.
So that way it becomes pretty easy. Yeah. Now coming to again back to conversational AI voice, we've been hardly again in a couple of years into this, and we are already talking about we are actually deploying voice with our current clients, where it has brought in site visits, it's qualifying leads. It can be deployed in different functions, right? True. Basically in different buckets. It could call the R&R numbers, ringing no response numbers. It could call the NRI leads. It could call the buyers after 6 o'clock in the evening. So there could be different agents deployed for different purposes in that sense. All this has happened so fast, and we've reached here and we're talking about AI having empathy, meaning, right? How do you see the future of this? In the I'm not talking about more than 3 to 5 years, because I don't think anybody is able to envision that. How do you see this going in the forthcoming years, AI voice, in terms of tech? What I mean to say is in terms of the languages, in terms of understanding the nuances of human behavior, how effective it would be. Would there be even human actually in the telecalling space? How do you see this going?
Yeah, so AI voice has definitely been evolving super fast, and there's a lot of investment globally in AI voice, because voice being the one of the easiest ways to communicate, right? And if AI can do it effectively, it's going to be a super big market, and it's already doing it pretty good. In the future, one thing I see clearly, tech is definitely going to improve. There is no doubt about that. It's improving month on month right now. It's definitely going to improve much more. And there will be major operational shifts in telecalling companies for sure. Currently, how it works is you have like huge offices, like there are buildings of telecallers just continuously calling and attending calls, right? I think very soon, and I think it's already starting to happen, that will start reducing. The lowest level of calls will definitely start shifting to AI, because it's just better, more convenient, always available. You will start seeing more skilled telecallers starting to appear, in the sense that where relation becomes the most important thing, right? A person being there becomes the most important thing, is where AI won't be able to deliver even when tech improves, right? And this is the shift, I think, that will come not only in real estate, across telecalling, is what I'm thinking.